had no idea what was going on half the time I was watching this show, and I am here for it. And I hope you are too. Hey guys, I'm Ava and this is WWM Productions. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you enjoy your stay. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much. We love having you. So if you have listened to our podcast or you know me personally, you know I am a huge fan of the ever-expanding Marvel Cinematic Universe. With the pandemic having delayed Marvel films slated to join the universe as early as last spring, such as the much-anticipated Black Widow solo film, Marvel fans everywhere have been eagerly awaiting the arrival of the Disney Plus original series WandaVision. Marvel has announced the coming of several such Disney Plus films starring some of its fan-favorite characters like Loki and Hawkeye, and others featuring new characters like Ms. Marvel. WandaVision, however, is the first one to premiere, with its first 2 episodes having dropped on Disney Plus January 15th of 2021. Since only those 2 episodes have been released, of course I can only talk about those 2 episodes, but still, if you haven't seen the show, don't ruin it for yourself. Spoilers ahead. Now, from what the trailers showed us, we kind of knew that the show was going to be, for lack of a better term, weird. From what we could see, it looked like a 50s style sitcom starring Wanda and Vision. But the MCU has never really dealt with anything similar in time or style, which was really exciting. Sure, it has dealt with the 40s, like in Captain America: The First Avenger, or in the show Agent Carter, but I think it is safe to say that WandaVision takes place at a time and place that we have never seen in the universe before. Wanda, the super powerful Scarlet Witch, is now a housewife, and Vision, the ultimate AI creation, is a common working man. That's not even beginning to mention the fact that each of the 2 first episodes seem to be in a completely different style and era of television. Okay, setting is beyond me, and taken at face value, this is definitely one of the strangest things I have seen in a while, but as with anything in the MCU, there is clearly a lot of thought that has been put into it. Just from a few fleeting moments in the first 2 episodes, I can already tell that there are going to be some huge reveals that are going to have very interesting consequences on Phase 4 of the MCU. In the end of the first episode, it is suggested that somebody is watching this WandaVision show from a TV somewhere. Then, in the second episode, a voice calls out to Wanda saying, "Who is doing this to you, Wanda?" All that, along with Wanda and Vision's collective inability to remember anything about their pasts, suggests that they are trapped in some sort of simulation, but why and by whom is a complete mystery. That's not even beginning to mention the B-Man we see at the end of episode 2. What all this craziness means for the future of Marvel, I cannot tell you, but I ended up liking this show way more than I expected to. Between bouts of confusion, I found myself allured and entertained and excited. First and foremost, it was just so different. I mean, I consume a lot of TV and movies, probably more than is actually healthy, and I have never seen anything that was quite like it. It was funny and in a genre that Marvel has never quite explored, but it still had that Marvel magic that has kept me drawn in since I discovered it. Maybe it was the charisma and chemistry of Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, or perhaps it was the ability to make the show both comedic and so thought-provoking. I've honestly not stopped thinking about this show since I've watched it, and I've been thinking over and over about what the mystery of this story could be. Where are they? When are they? Who is behind all of this? The fact that Marvel was able to make a superhero show out of a 50s sitcom and still keep that persistent air of mystery about it is just stunning. They have essentially established what is a whole new realm in this universe that we so love in the form of a beautiful black and white love story. You know, I am really excited that we're getting to explore more of the romance between Wanda and Vision. Wanda and Vision were both introduced into the MCU in Avengers: Age of Ultron, and their relationship was established in Captain America: Civil War, and their story came to an end in Avengers: Infinity War. That is 3 movies in which these characters were relatively supporting roles, and their romance took an even further backseat in the main plot. Of course, it wasn't kept secret, but there were certainly more pressing matters at hand. This is why getting a closer look at these two is so awesome. We're not getting the same side of the characters that we would have outside of this show, but I kind of like it better that way. Wanda has had such a tragic story. From what we know of her home was destroyed, then she was experimented on, and then her brother died, and then she accidentally blew people up in Lagos, and then she had to kill her true love, and then she died. And then Endgame happened, which had a happy ending for her, I guess. But relatively speaking, her life has been pretty depressing. Now, in WandaVision, I think we've seen her smile more times than all of her time in all of the MCU movies that she's been in combined. Same goes for Vision. I mean, he's more humanized in this series, even though his robotic mechanics have already played a kind of big role in the plot so far. Yes, it is very clear that the show is about to take a sinister turn, but it is still a good break from the constant turmoil that the WandaVision love story has been put through. It's comforting to see them happy. Then, of course, the show needs to rip you from that comfort and remind you of the abysmal dread you feel as your sense of impending doom comes rushing back in the form of a colored helicopter, messed up radio station, or creepy bee-man. I'm not quite sure yet of the significance of the beekeeper that emerged from the sewers, but that cannot be a good thing. So, let's consider all that we know about the evil forces behind this show as we wait for Disney Plus to release another episode. It is pretty safe to assume that somebody has trapped our heroes in some sort of TV show simulation program thing, but we don't know whether it's a sick sort of entertainment or it serves a greater purpose. We do, however, know that the program is falling apart in some ways, because every once in a while something will be in color, or Wanda and Vision won't remember something from their past, or a voice will be calling out to Wanda. Something I did find interesting too, though, is that voice calling out to Wanda only ever did call out to Wanda. Whatever is reaching in from the outside has yet to reach out to Vision. Maybe that's just because we're early on in the show, or maybe it could mean that Vision's not quite as real as Wanda is. This may be a big leap to make, but if we're trying to find out where in the MCU timeline this show takes place, figuring out whether Vision is entirely real in this show is kind of important. Before watching this, I was expecting it to take place between Civil War and Infinity War, but if Vision isn't real in this show, it could take place after Endgame. Crazy Vision theories aside, whoever is behind all this has included commercials for products from both Stark Industries and Hydra, so who this villain's allegiance is to is a complete mystery. We also know that they can manipulate time within the show. They can change the period that it's set in, they can rewind time, they can also make Wanda instantly several months pregnant. Okay, there's so much to think about. I'm literally so excited and I'm kind of nerding out a lot here. But it's just so complex. It's not just a show about superheroes, and it's not just a sitcom about a cute married couple. It's its own thing with so much going on. I hardly expected to be this excited about this show. I mean, I've been excited since it was announced, but still, I mean, 2 20-something minute long episodes in, and I am hooked. I want more. I want more to think about. I want more to theorize about. I just want more. Once the rest of the show comes out, I will definitely be back to unpack the whole thing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of craziness coming in the next episodes, so definitely stay tuned for another video about this awesome show. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you have any theories about this show? Because I want to nerd out with you guys in the comments, please. Drop a like, share this with your friends, and make sure to check out the WWM Productions podcast, We Watch Movies. We post a new episode of the podcast every Wednesday and a new video every Sunday. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of that. That's all for me this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!